welcome back to another episode of Ball Talk, episode
Number 5.
cinco.
Number 5.
How you
Número
doing?
5.
Número
Yeah, I'm doing
cinco.
good, man. I'm doing great so far.
I see both of us got a fresh fade today.
Definitely, yeah,
This is
definitely.
looking nice.
I feel better right now. I feel really good. I was looking like a homeless before. So now,
Same here,
so
man.
now, yeah, now I got the long beard, the big ass hair. So now I'm feeling good right now. I'm feeling like a new man right now.
Yeah, it looks good, man. It looks good. I had
Yeah,
we just moved here obviously, so it's always hard to find a barber shop or like a place, because
yeah,
we have in Germany, I don't know how it is now, but we have these like chain like barber shops and they're not very good, like super cuts or whatever. And it's like really they're kind of crappy. You got to go to like a real barber shop, where they do the straight razors and stuff. It's kind of so it always
yeah.
so I got lucky. I googled it and I found one actually down the street and they were really good. I took Joshua there too. And anyways.
Well, right now, my barber comes to me, because of
Oh, because
COVID.
of COVID. Nice.
Yeah, so he comes to me, once a month or whatever I call him, he comes to
Hmm.
me. I just do it, and we just do it like that. Pretty
Nice.
much, it is because everything is closed. So
Yeah.
I gotta, fix my hair somewhere. I can just keep
No,
my
I
hair like
know.
that. Like it's different when you got long hair. Well, it's a whole thing. But when you got short hair and it's not that good, you gotta, keep it
Yeah.
keep it fine for sure.
I get it. I mean, I don't have that much hair left. My forehead is growing, but I get it, man. When the COVID
Uh,
first hit, I went like 6 months without a haircut, and I felt like, dude, I hate it.
it's
I
crazy.
like to have
Yeah, it's
short hair,
crazy.
like, dude, I hate it. So, anyways, we're
Uh,
fresh, we're clean now, we're
we're
ready
fresh, we're
for
clean, ready to
episode
roll.
5. So
Yeah.
why don't we start with MLB, like IRL MLB news? What do you think? Because there's a lot to talk about this week,
Ooh, yeah, it's a lot. Just this week alone, man.
right?
Just with the mitral injury,
That's a big
he
one.
put his hamstring, and it's gonna be out between 6 and 8 weeks. It's a real shame, man, because I was watching the game. I guess it was Otani hitting, and it was just a fly ball in the infield, and he was on second base, and he just ran, to third
Mm-hmm.
base, and that's it. He just pulled his hamstring. So that's I just don't get it. Maybe if he got into like run into a wall, maybe a collision at home play or something like
Mm-hmm.
that, or hit by a pitch, you would understand that. But just running, like it happens. It sucks. It happens. But
Yeah.
it's really hard for the Angels because that's the main guy right there.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, exactly. That and hamstring and calf injuries seem to be for baseball. I this is how I look at it sometimes with that particular sport, baseball. It's different than any other sport where, like, let's say soccer. These players run on the field all day, all day, all day.
Yeah,
Well,
definitely.
with baseball, you actually spend an extended period of time either standing, like in the outfield or whatnot, or right in the boat or in the dugout, right?
Dugout.
And so I feel like sometimes maybe they cool off a little bit, and now they're ready to bat, and now they gotta run the base, and they go from 0 to 100 like in a split second, and it seems like those soft tissue muscle injuries seem to happen quite a bit.
I mean, maybe it was because just speculation. Of course,
Hmm.
the last year we had a shorter season. And it
Mm,
was only like 60 games.
yeah,
So, the body's used to play 162 games all the time. And when you call like a 60 games, so it's 102 games less. So maybe the body just cool down a little bit, and injury is always going to happen.
yeah.
And so maybe that was the reason. Maybe it just it was bound to happen.
Maybe it's a
Sometimes you can
freak.
warm up. Yeah,
Hmm.
sometimes you just can warm up as long as you want to. Do your stretch for an hour, 2 hours, and injury is still going to happen. This is just part of the game, unfortunately.
True,
But
true.
yeah, definitely hate to see it, man, because it's one of the best player right now, and every time he's a bat, he's a must-watch TV,
Yeah.
and it sucks. Even though Otani's doing great right now, no doubt about it. He's carrying that team on his back pretty much. But you always want to see my out there anyway playing the game.
Yeah, for sure. I agree. He's one of the, if not the face of baseball, right? I mean,
Yeah, definitely.
you got
Yeah.
a lot of young cats coming up now, so you can make the case for maybe 2 or 3 other players being like the face of baseball, but he's definitely the guy. I mean, he's the dude still, and
He's a dude always.
he's I've been fortunate enough having lived in Oakland for the last however many years. I've seen him play quite a bit, and he's always been he's always been pretty gracious to even the Oakland fans and stuff, with autographs and stuff. He's been a pretty cool dude. Just from what I've witnessed at being at the Coliseum and stuff. So yeah,
Yeah,
you hate to see it.
I haven't heard nobody actually talk bad about Mike Trout, saying like this guy's an asshole or he don't like to sign autograph for the kids.
Mhm.
I never hear nobody talking about, in all the years I've been playing baseball so far. So definitely he's a great guy and hate to see it going down like that because, always you don't know how people's going to come back after an injury and being out for like 2 months. Maybe he just come back, just, boom, keep it going the way he just leave it.
Yeah,
But we just gotta wait for the next 2 months and see what happens
that's right.
with Trout for sure.
So
And
hmm,
yeah,
those were sad news. I was just gonna move on to
definitely.
some better news.
Some better news. Yeah, yeah, for sure.
Although, wearing this jersey proud, I never like to see any Yankees succeed,
Mm.
but we got another no
Hey,
hitter
me
to talk
neither.
about.
Hey, me
Oh yeah,
neither.
that's true. That's true.
Definitely.
Do
Me
we
neither,
just
but
we just skip? We can just skip the no hitter.
we
Like
can just
we
keep it
just
on
skip
here
that.
now.
Yeah.
No, man, that's great. Even though Corey Kluber has just only been there for like a year or, just a season, he's
Hmm.
a great guy. He's a two-time Cy Young winner.
Right.
So it's just not like he's just a bum who just got lucky
Right.
throwing a no-hitter. So I know he hasn't been the same for like the last 2, 3 years, maybe. He had injuries. He didn't play too much in the 19, I believe, or 20, something like that.
Hmm.
So, seeing him coming back again,
Yeah.
that's amazing right there. A no hitter. By the way, it was the first no hitter since 1999 that the New York Yankees pitched through.
Wow. So this
So,
century, there hasn't been a
yeah,
no hitter by the Yankees this century.
20, yeah, exactly. So that's the
Wow.
first one. So that's pretty amazing right there.
That is pretty amazing. And I agree with you, man. It's always good to see people that maybe were at the top at some point and then they took a
Yeah,
dip and then they persevered. Because, I don't know. I can't put myself into those shoes, but that's gotta be tough, man. If you're the best at your game, I mean, winning Cy Youngs, 2 Cy Young,
yeah,
you're at the tippity top of the mountain, and then to fall off, that's gotta be hard. Like not
it
just
is.
right physically, but probably emotionally, psychologically. And so I'm sure that no hitter is way it may I don't know, I didn't see the interviews after or anything, but I bet you that no hitter probably ranks at least as high
I'm
as a Cy
sure.
Young, maybe even higher, right?
I'm sure it did. Yeah, for sure. You're right there in the history box when you
Mhm.
throw a no hitter, or even when you just win the Cy Young, you're pretty much there too. But when you throw a no hitter, that's just a whole nother level right there.
Yeah.
And a guy for us, Kluber, he has have his up and down this season. He
Mhm.
hasn't been the greatest this season to be honest, but he has been like okay. But now he just threw the side Young. I know it's gonna be a big confident boost for him,
Yeah.
going forward into the season. And
Mhm.
I just hope he does, do better. Even though he's a Yankee, I just hope he definitely do better, man.
Yeah, yeah. I hope we get a little some sort of MLB The Show Diamond Dynasty card for him or something.
We're gonna get it. We're gonna get it. We
Yeah.
definitely gonna get it. 90 something Cody Kluber moments, and you gotta
Mhm.
strike out the last. We're gonna get it. Don't worry
Yeah.
about it. I'm
Oh.
100% sure we're gonna get it on Friday, which means tomorrow. So
Good.
don't worry about it.
Okay, if we don't, then you have to pitch. You have to keep the life series Corey Kluber in your rotation for the rest of the season.
No way. No, give me something else. Don't do me like that. Don't do me like that. Oh my
Hey, I
god.
mean, you sounded pretty confident about it. I don't know.
I'm pretty sure you're gonna get it. I'm like 90% sure about it. I don't know, 10% sure.
Yeah. No, I'm with you. I'm with you.
Uh,
They're always really good about that, staying on top of
yeah, they're definitely good about it,
the
man. They're
actual
definitely good
current
about it.
news. Yeah. So back to
Moving on. Yeah,
yeah,
moving
moving
on.
on. We're doing ups and downs right now. So
Yeah, we're ups and downs right now.
we had the
Yeah.
Trout injury, which was a down, and then we had a no hitter, which is a up. Now we're going back to a down. Kevin
Down again.
Villar getting hit by a pitch. He looked like he was in a bar
So
fight and like he
oh
lost.
yeah. Dude. I mean, I've been hit by a pitch before as a kid on the back and it hurts.
That oh,
That hurts.
I,
So I can't imagine being actually I did was hit. It wasn't hit by a pitch. I was pitching and I got hit in the face with a line drive. Of
oh
course, it wasn't 94. I didn't bleed like he did, but it definitely hurts.
oh
It definitely hurts. So I can't even imagine how hard it has to be 94. You can even get out of the way. because he didn't have any time at all to get out of the way, and then you
Mhm.
start bleeding like you just putting water on the floor. Like that was
Oh,
crazy, man.
oh, I can't even imagine. And then you see I always look at the pitcher's reaction too, and like that breaks my heart too.
Yeah, definitely, definitely.
Like
You don't want to do that because you saw it wasn't on purpose or it wasn't
yeah,
throwing a hand. The pitch just
got
sliding.
got
That
away
happens,
from
man.
yeah,
Got away from it.
and the pitcher went right down with him, and he was like, "Man," I like I couldn't even imagine psychologically what that does to you too, right? Like,
Definitely, man. If because Pilar's been a decent guy pretty much in baseball.
yeah,
Well respected too, and I don't think they had any beef with the pitcher. So
no,
it was just got away, and as soon as the ball hit him, you got the behind camera. You see the entire outfield just putting his head is
hmm
in his saying over the head, be like, "Oh my god, what just happened here?"
yeah. Oh,
Because
it's terrible.
but
But
he actually, yeah,
I mean, bad news, good news. Fractured multiple bone fractures in his nose, but it looks like he's going to be okay. They're going to
yeah,
surgically fix his nose. And like he's a tough dude, man. Because the next day he was back there handing out
he was right there.
the scorecard or the lineups, right? The lineup sheets.
Yeah, he
Um, s-
was there. So
and I saw he
hey,
joked like he was saying, "Hey, am I in the lineup today, coach?" It's like,
exactly.
damn.
Exactly, so he tweeted it was actually okay, it's all fine. So nothing bad happened for sure, but definitely that was a scary moment for everybody because you don't know how people can react. What's kind of the same happened a few years ago on spring training when Saba Perez hit Shaman on the face with a line drive.
Oh yeah, I remember
So
that.
yeah, that really that was crazy. You didn't have any time to react at all. And Shaman throws hard. So
Right.
if he throws 100, the ball is going over 100 miles, ex
Back.
velo right there.
Yeah, that's exactly the exit
Yeah.
velo is oftentimes much higher than the if you
And
really blast it. I mean, it can be 120, 125.
exactly.
Ooh.
And he had no times at all, and you hate to see that. But looking for Pilar, he was doing good, so nothing bad happened out of that. So
Mhm. Yeah, hopefully
now we're changing.
he'll
Yeah,
he'll be back soon.
we'll be back soon, man.
Mhm. So, back to some good news.
Some good news, kind of good news.
We talked about Pujols, what was it, 2 weeks ago, right? When he got released?
Yeah,
Yeah, so now good news for him. He doesn't even have to move. I don't think he had to sell his house or anything.
no, nothing. He's
He's just
staying
gonna
in
go
LA. Actually,
right. You're gonna go across the freeway, play for the Dodgers, and that makes sense. Like that makes sense. The Dodgers taking a flyer on him. I mean,
I would have bet he would go back to St. Louis again, maybe into the
that
end
would
of the
be
season.
cool.
But I guess they have Goldschmidt out there on first base right now.
Mhm.
So I don't think they're gonna need a 41-year-old Pujols, 42, whatever it is right now, playing first base every day.
No, exactly. I mean, and that's the
So
other thing. NL, right? No DH or anything. Granted, he's with
yeah,
the Dodgers, but DH would be a good spot for him too. But as he's in the NL. But yeah, first base. You got. I mean, who knows? We'll see if you think. Do you see him do more of like a pinch hitting role type of or?
I'm being him. Yeah, I see him like that, and also being like a mentor for the young guys out there.
Mhm.
Pretty much because he had her experience, World Series champ, MVP, I believe Gold Glove too. So he
Mhm.
knows he might be old, 40 is not that old, but in baseball terms, you are really a grandpa.
Yeah.
But
Hey,
but I
careful, man.
definitely I definitely see him, doing that type of role right there. The mentor role for
Mm,
the young guys coming up, giving them advice pretty much, and just doing that. Maybe not playing every day because he won't be able to play every day, even if you
r-
want to.
right,
He
right,
can. So maybe at the end of the season he just retire. Maybe because I don't see nobody else offering him a contract, and I don't see him producing like he did it like 10 years ago or 5 years ago, maybe.
right.
So it's like a tricky situation. He was the end. Maybe the LA, the Angels wanted to move in another direction. He didn't want it. We got to release you, and he went to LA. Across the street, pretty much to say like that.
Mhm.
And then he just, playing maybe not every day, but playing sometimes and being on that mentor role, which is pretty much what you can do. So you give back
Yeah.
again to baseball. Because he was a rookie back then, 20 years ago. So now he's being like, the veteran one, and offering, advice to the young guys. Which is pretty good actually. It's a way to give back.
I agree, and that just shows you that he's not quite done yet, right? Because if he was done, he was done. Like he would probably not.
Yeah,
He would definitely not sign with the Dodgers. I mean, the Cardinals would make sense to go back, like do a little farewell tour. But
maybe.
him signing with the Dodgers to me that shows me like that he still feels like he can contribute something. And even like you were saying,
Yeah.
maybe it's not the bat. Maybe it's more of a mentorship. Maybe he wants to be part of a clubhouse, right? Part of a team, and he's not quite done with that yet. So that's good to see.
Yeah, some guys just don't want to give out on the baseball. They love baseball.
Mhm.
Whatever they're playing or they're coaching, they just want to be around baseball pretty much.
Right, exactly. Because for him, it's
Just
definitely not about the money anymore.
no, it's not about the money anymore. So for him, it's just like, okay, I want to give somebody else the experience or the advice I gave maybe my trial or the guys on the Angels locker room. The new guys, all those guys who were out there, and pretty much he's what he's doing right now, which is absolutely cool.
Mhm. Yeah, I totally agree. Yeah, so that I
Yeah.
mean, lot of stuff in baseball right now. Acuna? Wanna touch on
Yes.
that real quick?
Yeah, yeah. I want to touch that the Acuna walk off actually.
This will be nice
And
because it'll roll right into another Acuna news that we'll talk about. So, yes.
yeah, yeah, that was actually great, man. I was watching the game actually live, and
Nice.
it was late. It was late here, so I just saw the walk off. He was ready for it. It was the ninth inning. I was like, he's gonna hit it out because
Yeah.
the announcer said before he has never hit a walk off on wrong. I'm like, yeah, he's gonna get it. Don't throw him a fastball over the plate. He just threw a fastball over the plate. The ball was going on the center field.
It was
It
gone.
was already, yeah. So it was like it's over. Like it's over. Let's go home. So it's actually that type of thing, man. I love to see that type of excitement on the game.
Mhm.
The young players, the Latino players coming in and just doing that type of thing. That's just amazing, man.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree, man. And the reaction of you know what? When I just watched the highlight, I didn't see it live. Live would have been so much better, but just seeing I saw on Bleacher Report because I downloaded the app and stuff, and I saw it I saw it from a different perspective, like
Hmm.
in the stands. Somebody recorded it from the stands, and man, just for that moment when I saw it, like as soon as he hit the ball, right, everybody knew
Yeah,
it's game over,
everybody know.
and just seeing all the people react and just like cheering and stuff, it kind of like it warmed my heart a little bit because of all this COVID crap that's been going on. It's been so nice to see like a stadium with people again. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's great,
Jumping
man.
up, excited, like high-fiving each other. It's like, man, we I miss that. I miss that so much.
That's pretty much what you as a baseball fan. Being a kid, you just dream about it. It's
Mm,
either being game 7 of the World Series, 3-2 count, base loaders, and you want to hit a home run to decide the game, hit a walk off, and hit a walk off to decide the game, pretty much. So that's what you dream as a kid, man. Maybe as
mhm,
a no hitter or so, but pretty much everybody hit those type of moments, those right there. Last game of the year, maybe for the championship, you see that walk off, boom, it's out of here. You the hero. Everybody loves you. That's amazing. That because I used to do that on my backyard. So 3
right.
2 game
Yep,
7 or game 5, whatever it was, and boom, oh wow. Same with soccer. The last minute, and I'm
right.
just passing me the ball. I'm just gonna shoot, boom, go. It's
Yeah,
pretty much what you live for, and being able to see that, and also seeing people on the stands too.
yeah,
So baseball is back actually. Like
right.
people actually, you don't have any cartoons anymore out there. You actually have real people cheering for you or booing you, whatever it is. You just love to see that excitement right there.
I totally agree, man. It kind of brought back memories for me. Just that moment. I don't know why it touched me, but it reminded me like the last time this country, the United States, was in a really tough position was like September 11 hit 2001.
Hmm.
And I remember that time too, and then I'll never forget, like, the Mets and the Yankees, when baseball resumed after that terrible terrorist attack, it was like a special moment, and it was baseball that brought
Yeah,
everybody kinda back together, you know what I
everybody
mean?
back together.
S
Definitely,
so it
definitely. I
almost feels
definitely.
like this COVID now, it seems like baseball is the one sport that where people are allowed to come back in the stadiums now, and it's kinda bringing everybody back to kinda together and, like, some sense of normalcy, even though it's a new
It is,
normal,
man.
but it's
It
nice
is,
to
and
see.
well, I love to see that. Like I say, I would love to be in any ballpark right now and just sit down and watch a baseball game. I don't care what team it is. I would love to,
Yep.
to do that and sit down for like 3 or 4 hours, 5. Hell, give me the whole day out there. I don't care. Even
Yep.
batting practice. I would love to do that, man. I'm not gonna lie. I would love to do that.
I totally agree. Give me some seeds, some peanuts,
Give me
man.
some seeds,
Yeah.
some beer next to me. And I'm gonna be shitting for anybody. I don't care. Just wanna have fun.
No kidding, man.
Just wanna have
So
fun.
so speaking of Acuna, let's talk about let's roll into MLB The Show and let's talk about this for a second. So anybody that has anybody on their friends list on PSN or on Xbox who is also playing MLB The Show, I'm sure you guys have noticed there's a little pop-up that shows up whenever one of your friends pulls something, a shiny new diamond card, right?
Yeah.
And so Poppy yesterday asked me, he's like, hey man, basically I couldn't believe that we hadn't been friends on PSN yet, but we haven't officially added each other yet.
Yeah, exactly.
So
Kinda
yesterday
weird.
he shot me a friend request and I'm like, oh yeah, boom. And I'm opening some packs and then he starts like, we're talking because we're in Discord and he's like, ooh, and I'm like, wait, I haven't seen it yet because I was like watching the walkout animations, right? Well, today Poppy was opening some packs, and
Yeah.
I happen to be on PSN, and I'm on WhatsApp with him, chatting with him. And why don't you tell everybody who you pulled?
Yeah. So I finished doing Conquest. No, but not Conquest. Showdown, my man.
Hmm.
And I have some packs to open. I open a Boris Harvey pack. And I see a diamond, like, wow, good. Great. And I see a goal. I open the goal. It was a shitty goal. And I see the diamond, like, okay, let me see who it is. And in the exact moment I was about to press who it is, you sent me a message, say, dude, you got Acuna. I'm like, no, what are you talking about? Why? I want to see who it was.
Oh my dude. First of all, I'm so
It's o-
sorry. I'm
it's
so
okay,
sorry.
man. It's okay.
But I
But
want to officially start a petition. Sony San Diego, if you guys are watching, I'm sure you are. I'm sure they're all watching and listening.
yeah.
If you're watching, is there a way where we can have that little pop-up not pop up until the walkout animation is over? Like we need a delay. We need a time delay or something. You know what
Time
I mean?
delay for that. That would be great, actually. No, but yeah, that was great, man, because that right there made me complete the National League East, actually.
Nice.
So that was actually pretty good and saved a lot of stops for sure.
Yeah, nice. Now, how
That was
close are you to completing the NL? The whole NL?
um, I gotta see. I still have few teams left. I
Yeah.
probably have like 6, 17 less, which aren't that expensive, but I still need a few diamonds more. I'm just gonna work and gonna wait for a flash sale. It's coming. It has to
Mhm.
come sooner or later. A flash sale is coming probably. Hopefully, it comes and I can just take advantage of that and then buy everybody pretty much.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm waiting for too. I did some collections. MLB The Show is funny. Like when you start ripping a lot of packs and stuff, and if you don't keep up with your inventory, man, I spent literally all morning just housekeeping, like cleaning up shop, like selling all the duplicate golds I had, and crap like that. So
Yeah,
I gathered a bunch of stubs and then I did some collections as well. And I did some of the cheaper ones, but I did get Ernie Banks. I haven't played with him yet, but that was one of the cheaper divisions to do. So I just did that. I happen to have some of the players already. So I just traded, I just collected them. And so I did some housekeeping. But man, Acuna, dude, that's a
that's nice. That's nice, but I'm not gonna lie, that's nice. That's the first time I pull him anyway. So I don't see myself pulling any big diamonds anyway anymore yet. So I guess they say, okay, your diamond pack or log is already down, so just forget about it. Just go and buy off the market, pretty much. But
right.
let's see what happens. Let's do a few diamonds for more. Hopefully, I can pull out there.
And this came from a free pack, right? This came from a pack that
Yeah,
you
yeah.
you
It
earned
was a free
from.
pack. It was free. It was free. It was free.
That's
I
amazing.
don't buy no. I don't buy no packs. I'm
Yeah.
too cheap for that.
That dude,
I'm too
that
cheap for
is
that.
amazing. My best pull this past week was we'll roll right into the headliners. I pulled that Ed Matthews card, and it's a good card. Um,
Yeah, definitely.
but I sold it right away.
There is too many options on third base right now who are
Exactly.
even for free you can get and can be even way better than Eddie Matthews. If you're a fan of Eddie, like a lot of people are out
Mhm.
there, sure you're gonna get it and play with him to a better cup score. That's okay.
Yeah.
But for me, it makes no sense to have to even bypass and get into in trying to get it or even going off the market and buying because it's just not going to happen.
Yeah. No, I agree. I'm I'm just focused on life series cards so much that all the special cards we got with the Byron Buxton program and all there's
Hmm.
just too many cards that are good enough to get by right now, right?
Exactly,
that you can
exactly.
sell. So I might as well play with those cards rather than having 60,000 stubs, on my in my lineup that I don't really need. I have an equal
It's
or better card already there. So
and that's what gonna happen with me. I got too many cards that I'm, up to parallel 3 and 4 that I will
mhm.
have to, not get rid of, but, just not use anymore because I got other guys who are way better in those cards, and it's always confused. But that's also good when you have too many cards at the same time that are good, so you can decide what card to have,
Yeah.
and there is no, like limited options maybe to just
Mhm.
use like 3 or 4 cards are only good. So when you got too many cards like that, it's also good because if I do good with one card, doesn't mean that you have to do good with the same card. You might don't even hit with it, and I
Yeah.
do good with it, and it can be the same vice versa too. So that's good that there's a lot of cards in the market you can go and buy and play with it.
I agree. I agree. And that's one thing I gotta get better at because I sometimes I set my lineup and just stick with it for like a week or a week and a half. And I may not be hitting with a certain player very well. And then what I need to do is I need to switch it up because guess what? I probably have an equal overall card, maybe even better
Yeah,
on the bench. And I'm like, why am I not trying out this Otani card, for example? And if I'm not hitting with whoever I have there, Jordan Alvarez or something. Although that guy is pretty good. I always do well with
it
him.
is. It
But
is. It is.
but the outfielders alone, there's so many cards, and like oftentimes I feel like I need to switch it up often, like a little bit more often, so I can kind of feel who I can play with.
The outfield always been crowded. It's
Hmm.
always been like that, and this is it. If you think it's getting hard now, way until they release all the 99s good cars, it's
Right.
gonna be even worse. You have no idea who to put out there and
Yeah.
with who to play because there's too many guys out there. So
Yeah.
it's gonna get crazy with the cars this year. I can see it. I can see it coming, which is good too. But it's also gonna be really hard to because you only have space for like 25 guys on your lineup.
Hmm.
So or 26. So it's gonna be like, let's see who I can put out there. Maybe this guy is good, but I don't want to have on the bench. It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be really tough to decide who to be there.
Right. And then you start going with like your favorite play, right? Like, well, he plays for the Red Sox, he plays for the A, or he played for the A's, he
Exactly.
played, and then you start kind of going by that too, like nostalgic reasons, like, oh, I used to love whoever, Jason Giambi, and but that's kind of a nice problem to have.
It is. It is. It's definitely good, but let's see how it ended out for sure.
Hmm. Hmm. So, what was I gonna say? Now I got a brain fart here,
You-
but
we wanted to talk before about the Jeremy Mercedes incident.
oh yes, we did not touch on
We
that.
didn't touch that one, so we're going like back in time now, maybe.
But that's okay
I'll be
because I wanted to talk
yeah.
about that. I definitely.
I hope it's not too confused for everybody. We're going back to ILF baseball again.
Yeah, they'll know because we'll blend a little highlight in here on the somewhere up here
Okay,
on somewhere.
somewhere.
But yeah, I
Okay.
definitely wanted to talk about it.
Mm.
So to give people some context, the game was out of hand, right? It was what is it, 15-14 to 3 or something.
14, 14 to 5, something like that, 15 or 16. It was definitely out of hand anyway.
Right. Ninth inning, right? And you got a position player on the mound pitching meatball 45
Pitching
mile an
me,
hour.
pitching me ball, pretty much be a league. Like just hit it out of the park, pretty much.
Right. So Yermin jumps on one and just crushes it, and it's a home run. And I want to hear what you think about that because there's always this talk about the unwritten rules and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And I'll touch on it, but I kind of want to get your insight on it. Like, how do you feel about that?
So I consider myself like an old school guy on certain aspects of the game. Let's say about the war and slogan percent and all that. I don't really understand all that. For me, it's always been hits, RBI, and batting average. That's for me. Like that's like an old school for me.
Hmm.
Now, and what is about this unwritten rules? I just find it pretty much stupid. Like
Hmm.
that's ruin the game. You
Hmm.
need to get in touch with the game, and he's swinging pretty much in a 3-0 swing, 3-0 count. So like Tati did last year with the base, but he had the base loaded. So it was pretty much the same incident.
Yeah.
Now the White Sox manager Tony La Russa, old school guy, like really old school
Very old
guy,
school. Yep.
didn't like it that at all. He said in the press conference back then he was going to be consequent, and he might get benched or whatever happened. It happened probably in the clubhouse, so nobody knows about it. So now you got his own teammates, Tim Anderson and Lance Lynn, coming to defend the German because he didn't do nothing wrong.
Mm.
This is a guy who just having a breakout year this year.
Right,
He's hitting an insane batting average right now, like 400 something, and he's trying to make it.
right,
He's there to hit home runs and trying to get paid.
right.
Pretty much, you're not trying to be like, okay, 14-5. I just gonna let him to strike me out. Why? You throwing me literally meatballs right down the middle. I'm gonna crush it. I don't care if it's 3-0, 1-0. I just find it's a shame he didn't swing early. Probably he had a better pitch and just you gotta crush the ball pretty much
Mhm,
you know. And
mhm.
now you got La Russa didn't like this, and of course you got all the new guy from the new school, pretty much saying like that on the baseball world, saying that La Russa is totally wrong, which he is wrong because there's nothing wrong about swinging a 3-0 pitch. Listen, if you don't like to be down 14-5, play better.
Yeah.
That's it, pretty much. Play
Mm.
better. It's baseball. That can always happen. If you don't like that, don't put a position player on the pitch or
Yep.
to pitch right there.
Right.
Because he's just going to throw meatballs right there, literally meatballs, not even a fastball.
Right.
So if you don't like that, just don't be down 14-5. And he's your own guy. Like I don't get it.
I
Like that made no sense for me
it
at
was
all right there.
Yeah. So honestly, I wished you took the other side of it because then I at least have something to argue with you about. But I
I
don't.
can. I
I
can.
I'm
I
like
cannot take it.
you. I'm like you. I'm an old school guy as far as I like tradition. I'm not a fan of the runner on second in extra innings. I'm not a fan of like DH in the NL. I'm not a fan of any of that stuff. Like I'm traditional like in that sense. But these unwritten rules, like some of those unwritten rules are so stupid to me.
Yeah, they are.
Here's the thing. It was a 3-0 count. Okay, he could have taken the walk. But what if he threw 45-mile-an-hour strikes? Now it's an 0-2 count. And what, just gonna let him strike you out? Well, guess what? That shows up on the stat sheet. Now it shows
Exactly.
he struck out, and that's gonna bring his batting average down. Like you said, it's not his problem, Yerman. It's not his problem that they have a position player on the mound. That's not. He is. I don't understand. We're playing sports here. Sports is to compete. It's not a. It's not a like a friendly like where you like a handshake thing. You play to compete, and they are playing at the highest level to compete.
A professional sport, actually. You're
Professional.
getting paid. You're getting paid by it. Like
That's right. My son. I tried to enroll him into the soccer team here, and there was one team here. They don't keep score, and I was like, what? I'm like, yeah, we don't want to, that the kids get so like upset when they lose and stuff. I'm like, okay, but my son's not gonna play there. I don't want him like he wants to have a score. Like he wants to know who won and what lost. Like
exactly.
that's part of competing in sports.
Are competing. There's no participation trophy up here. We're
Right.
trying to compete up here, and those are gross men getting paid millions,
Mm.
to either pitch or hit,
Right.
and they need to do what they need to do. I would have done the same thing.
I totally
I don't
agree
get
with
it.
you. And he's
I
a
don't get it,
rookie,
man.
right? He's a rookie, like you said, trying to make
I
it.
He's trying to make it. I don't know. I guess he has been around before. Maybe he just new.
Hmm.
Don't know too much about him, but definitely this year has been the best year so far.
Yeah.
And hey, keep it going. Like you shouldn't stop at all.
No, I totally agree with you there,
I
man.
don't I don't understand the reason why he's getting upset. If I was me, I would have definitely swung at 3-0. I would have swung at the first pitch I see is going good, and I was definitely trying to hit a home run out of that.
That's exactly
I-
right.
If you want to bench me after that, hey, bench me, whatever it is. Don't take it the wrong way. I'm just here to hit the ball.
Compete. He's competing.
I need to compete.
No matter what, if it's a walk, if it's a strikeout, or if it's a home run, it's gonna get documented on the score sheet, and it's gonna be part of his stats at the end of the year. I mean, granted, it's just one at bat, but still, to me, fundamentally, there's something wrong if you tell a guy, "Hey, don't compete here," even though you're in the big leagues at the plate right now. Don't compete. Just don't do anything. Just be a like
Yeah,
no that
be a good guy.
they teach you the game growing up. You're taught to compete and you fight. I mean, to get to that level to the big leagues, he had to fight and claw
Oh
right?
yeah.
At every step of the way, and now you're gonna tell him to just stand there? No.
And no, there's definitely no. And I hate to see that happens. And so far, it's only happened with Latino players. Tatis and Jeremy says maybe they think the Latino. They definitely have another mentality. I know that myself.
Mm,
Like we live for that passion. Yes, it's baseball or soccer or whatever it is. We live for that type of thing. We like to have passion while we play any game,
mhm.
and we like to compete.
Yeah.
And if you take that out of me, what should I be doing there?
Mhm.
Oh, if that was the reason, I would just stay in AAA and just not be in on the major leagues.
Right. Right. I mean, yeah.
Yes,
Then you might as well just play softball at a rec league where it doesn't matter,
exactly.
like yeah, I totally agree with you there, man. That's I never understood that, the unwritten rules. Same with the bat flip and the celebration and stuff.
Exactly.
I have no problem with that. You know what? You don't want the bat flipped on you, don't give up a home run. That's just part of the game, right?
That's just part of the game, man. You
I
don't want the pitcher to celebrate. Don't strike out.
right. E
That's it, pretty much.
exactly, and that it goes both ways, like you just said. The pitcher should also be able to fist pump and to like, "Yeah, I got him." Like, that's part of I mean, just gonna stand there like a robot after he struck 3 batters out in
That
the ninth? Like,
that's
come
what they
on, man.
expect, pretty much.
Nah, that
Listen, I'm not the biggest fan of Trevor Bauer. As a matter of fact, I don't even like the guy at all.
mm,
But actually, I respect what he's doing. Trying to push the game and the other way around. Like the
mm,
celebrations and the bat flips when he's pitching, he strike out somebody, he just walk into the dugout, he just made his funny walk
mm.
like this. That's fun, man. That's
Yeah.
fun. Even I don't like the guy. That's actually fun.
Yeah, exactly.
Because
What's
he'd be
wrong?
like, hey, Joe, if you hit a home runs against any pitcher, you'd
Mm,
be like, damn, I did it. Because you know how hard, as somebody, you know how hard it is to touch a ball, not to hit it, just to even touch it with the bat. It's really hard.
right. Right.
So if I can hit a home run 400 foot out of home plate, I'm going to celebrate that. I don't care if the game's 20 to nothing. I'm gonna be
Exactly.
like, oh yeah, I'm gonna pump my shit.
Yeah.
I did it. Let's go.
Exactly. I'm totally with you, man. That's just part of, competition and competing, and,
As competition.
I'm with you, man. And you know what? That like you used the used word there, fun. That's what MLB needs to have more of. Like they want to bring more kids into the game. They want to make it a popular sport amongst kids growing up. They need that. They need some celebrations. They need
I need
some
it.
some fun, Like it doesn't have to be like the I mean, no offense, Tony La Russa is a legend, but there's
It's out of touch.
yeah, there's times. I mean, we're in 20. We're not even in like we're in
In the
another
60s
century
anymore.
now.
Yeah, exactly. We're not in the 60s anymore. Back then, okay, you do that, bro. Somebody's gonna throw at you, and you'll be like, okay, I'm not gonna do anymore.
Right,
And that was part of the problem, bro. That's over 60 years ago.
right,
You know, now we're in 2021,
right.
and it's a little different right
Yeah,
now.
we got Fortnite dances now.
Exactly, exactly. Even though I'm not a big fan of that, like we have that thing, like, oh my god, you gotta change and those rules need to go.
Mhm.
They need to go sooner or later. They need to go because they ruined the game. And if you want to attract little kids, like you say, back to the game, it has to be a whole different approach. And that's what basketball is way better than baseball and on promoting.
I
You
agree.
know, because you see the little kids shooting threes like Steph Curry does because he changed the game pretty much.
Right.
And everybody shooting three and they're just pumping and and they're doing the shimmy and they're doing all this type of thing. And it's cool, it's fine.
Yep.
Same when you dunk, man. Not everybody can dunk.
Right. You
Not
posterize
everybody.
somebody. It's something
Exactly.
special. It's
That's
special.
great. That's special. Be like, yeah, I posted. I was like, ooh, he was 7 foot. I jump over him and I just dunk the ball. I'm gonna
Yeah.
scream in your face. That's great. There's nothing wrong with it.
And by the way, though, I have no problem either with the guy that stands up for himself. Like, let's say you get dunked on, and the guy's like on top of you, and he's got his
Yeah,
his,
just
his
like Shaq.
balls in
Yeah.
your face. I have no problem with that guy standing up and being like, "Hey, what the hell, man?"
Yeah,
That's
of course. That's fine.
that's cool though. Like let them handle it. But what I do have a problem is if your coach then or your manager comes out and then like starts blasting you on your
Yeah,
he,
exactly.
he's almost defending like the other teams rather than his own guy. Like to me,
Pretty
that's
much.
man, because if you've ever been part of a team of any sport, like it's a fraternity, it's a brotherhood,
It is.
So when you start going against that, I don't know. That I had a big problem with. I was really surprised Tony La Russa took that stance, like where he was just like, "Hey, this is not what we do. This he's gonna like." Now you're putting him out on this island, and I can't imagine how he feels now. Like, wow, what the, like he didn't do anything wrong.
It was the same happened with Tatis last year. He didn't do
Mm,
nothing wrong.
right.
There is no reason. And again, those rules need to go as I as soon as possible. They need to go because
I agree.
they ruin the sport.
I agree. Do you let me ask you this while we're on this
Yeah,
topic. When the bench is clear, when the dugout's clear, when somebody gets hit and everybody runs onto the field, essentially nobody does anything. They just
it's just fun. Yeah,
I kind of want to see that in MLB The Show. It'd be kind of fun.
they had a. It was one MLB The Show game had it. Maybe it was MVP 04 or 05, or maybe
Really?
MLB The Show back then. They definitely had it. I know 100% that they didn't show at the time. But
Yeah.
when you hit the same guy like 2 or 3 times, maybe
Yeah.
like 2 or 3 times in a row, the guy was just going to first base, and then he was just instead of going to first, he was just going to you, and it was like a little type of thing. But they just called the can right there, so you didn't have, you never got to see it
Hmm.
how they fall, but you would be like, okay, something happened, somebody's gonna, it's gonna be going out of the game.
That's
So
amazing.
that, yeah, I don't think they want to have it now because they're trying to, attract little kids and they don't want to have that
I
violence in the
know.
game.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much why they don't have it. It would be kind of cool if they, I don't know, kind of have it, or maybe
Uh,
something,
I've always been a fan
like,
of stuff like that. Same with like in Madden, they used to have like if you hit a guy really hard, the helmet would pop off. Well, now
oh wow.
they took it out because it's like head injuries and all that stuff. But it added
So yeah,
always some kind of like authenticity, because it does
it
happen,
does,
but
it does.
and then they would have like an ambulance run out on the field. They took that out of the game too.
But yeah, that's pretty much the reason why they don't have it because
Yeah.
of the type of thing. And I would just love to for the game to have eventually. I was waiting for it this year, but it didn't came. A storyline, like a
Mhm.
absolute story like Madden had or NBA two or 2K had too. That
Yeah.
I want to have that type of thing on the game
Mhm.
because that would be amazing. Because NBA 2K, they're not the best, but doing storylines like that, they do it pretty good actually. And I played Madden, I believe was 16 maybe or 17, and they
Mhm.
also had one, I guess was the launch show or
The
something like
long
that.
shot, yeah. That
The
was
launch shot,
good. That
and
was real good.
that was a good one too.
Yeah.
And I want to have that on the game. I don't want to have that this what they have right now on the game
Yeah.
because I know they have the resource to do it. I don't know if they don't want to do it because they'll be like, "How are we gonna do it?" There's a lot of ways to do it.
Oh,
Put a
yeah.
storyline, man. Just let actors, real actors get into it, and people gonna love it because you've never seen that in baseball before. And now that you got PS5, there's a great chance to do it right now.
I totally agree, man. But the cinematics, right? You want the cinematics.
Yeah, exactly. I
Yeah.
want to see that. And I don't play Road to the Show, but if they put that, I want to play Road to the Show for sure.
Yeah.
I want to see the storyline 3 or 4 times because if it's good, I'm gonna definitely gonna watch it.
I agree. And there's so much you could do with that too. Like think about different eras of baseball. I mean, you could go back in time, right? You could like be in the 1920s or something. I mean, they could
Yeah.
do all kinds of crazy cool stuff with that.
Some new player and his grandpa playing the 1920 World Series or
Right.
whatever.
And then they
So
flash
so
back.
many ideas, exactly. So
Mhm.
many ideas you can have, man, that it would be amazing, man. The community will love those type of things
I agree.
because they have never seen that before in baseball. And
Right.
if you put that, they're gonna love it.
Yeah, of all now that you say that, of all the sports games that are out, that might be the one that would be the best at it because you have
Definitely.
that long journey through single A, double A, triple A. They could show like these long bus rides and like crappy hotels and like, little cinematics where you get in a fight with a teammate or something in single A somewhere in Texas or like in the tiny little town.
So many things you can do.
That I totally agree with you, man. Now that you said that, I never thought about that, but man, they should do something like that. It would
I
it would
just
be
going to
amazing.
start. I just going to start two petitions. One, to get that into the game would be amazing, and two, get rid of retro mode. Nobody plays retro mode.
Yeah, I agree.
I haven't seen. It's been there since 17, I believe, or 18.
Yeah.
Get rid of that. No, I have never played a 3 innings games on retro mode. Never. Get rid of that. You just wasting space so you can do something else better with the game.
I totally got. You know, it's funny. I was scrolling through the menus the other day, and I was like, "Retro mode? That's still in the game?
Exactly.
What?"
Why? Get rid of that. Nobody plays retro mode. There is no glitch anymore in retro mode. Nobody cares about it.
No, you're right.
You know?
However, I will say this: they do this really well, and I think they took this from NBA 2K a few years back, and it's probably been like 10 years ago now. But I love when you're playing moments and stuff like that are in a certain era. I love how it's black and white, or how it's
Yeah,
like
I saw it.
the graphics, like there's a score overlay is like from the 90s or 80s. Like it's
Mhm.
I love that. Little touches
Yeah, I
like
love
that.
that too.
That's cool.
And I know they can also put that into the storyline, like we were
Right.
talking about, like
Right.
get a hit or get something like that would be great too, man.
Yeah, I
You know, you got
totally
your agent waiting for you, and to sign your contract, or the same thing they do actually with Road to the Show this year. Wasn't bad, but I want something
more
else. You know,
cinematic, right? Like more like
yeah,
a
exactly,
movie, like a yeah, I
because
totally agree.
the potential is right there. We saw it. It's right there. It's not bad at all. I
Right.
just want like that little kick would be like, okay, damn, this looks good.
Right.
Even if it's like 1 hour and 10 minutes, I want to watch it. It's gonna
Yeah.
be amazing. I know they can do it great too.
Oh, they have the
So I hope,
resources, right? I mean, Sony.
yeah,
They can
it's
actually
done.
they could reach out to Sony Santa Monica, who does like what Uncharted and all that stuff, I think. And just get
The
some
God of War,
oh, that's a God of War, that's right.
God of War.
You know, I mean, those people are incredible at what they do. They could,
Exactly.
just kind of work together, give us a cinematic story mode. I'm totally with you on that.
I would love to have that. That's like how can we say like bucket list for next year maybe. So
Yeah.
we can just, put that on it and we can talk about it in like October, November, probably. If they don't do it already, maybe they're doing it. We never know, but it will be definitely cool to have it.
Well, they're
That feature.
watching now, so they better
I better do it. I better be like, okay, we can do that.
right. Now, since we have them watching us right now, why don't we talk about Team Infinity season 2?
Oh yeah, it's
Um
coming.
it's coming what in a week and a day. Next
8 days. 8 days.
8 days. Okay, so not next Friday.
Next
Um
Friday is coming. Next Friday.
any predictions?
Um,
What would you like to
I'm.
see?
I would like to see the prospect, a
Mhm.
new prospect. Because there is a lot of new prospects on the game right now who had the potential to, be good. So I definitely want to see a new prospect on the game.
Mhm.
I mean, this thing affinity, like the National League and all that, all full of prospects. It's gonna be amazing.
I think that would be good. I think you
I
might be onto something too.
Yeah, that's pretty much the same. Unless they, throw a curveball and they change it last minute and be, legends. But I don't see any 99 on the game right now. So
Mhm.
I don't. They might be like 90, 91, 92, maybe a 93, but I don't see him going
Right.
higher. I don't see him going higher than 95, 96 at this point, because the first cars were on 88. So if they all were 88, pretty much they're going to be like 92,
Yeah,
93, maybe.
that makes
Around that,
sense.
just around that part over there, it should be. I mean, shouldn't be higher than that. But,
Yeah.
prospects last year, man, were amazing.
Mhm.
There was like 3 or 4 cars right there who really stand out, the pitchers for sure,
Mhm.
who were, people were using you into deep into the year. So that goes to show you that the car wasn't bad at all.
Right.
You know,
Right.
if done right, the cars aren't bad at all. So people will love that. More content. That's what we need. More
Yeah,
content.
I totally agree. Plus, prospects, these are some names that aren't the household familiar names, right? Like Acuna and Mike Trout. You wanna blend some cards in that are high overalls that are viable to play with right now,
Yeah.
but not. You don't want everybody to have the same team, right? And MLB is always great at that. There's so many options. So high overall prospect cards would be. I would love it. I would
Yeah.
personally really love it.
I would say between 92, 94 should be pretty much
The
the
threshold.
car.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm pretty sure if there is on the next week, they probably going to be announcing if they do it like they did with the ADAs
Mhm.
around the week. Probably they're going to be releasing, this guy's coming from the new thing Affinity, or maybe they release like 3 or 4 cards. We'll see how they do it, but they're definitely going to like
Tease
release
it.
some cards.
They're
Yeah,
gonna tease
yeah,
it.
they're
Yeah.
gonna tease. They're definitely gonna do it. You'll be like, wow, that card is great. I gotta do it. I know I want that card. And you'll be like, I don't have down the thing Affinity yet. God damn.
I know it. So Is that gonna be your main focus this week to complete
Yeah,
all the
definitely. I need two more divisions, which pretty
Oh,
much
that's not
I'm
bad.
close. I'm close to yeah, definitely. I'm gonna do a gonna take me like it could take me like a 2 days, but I'm just gonna be lazy and doing like before Friday pretty much.
Yeah.
So I should be done around next week.
Show
Someday, Wednesday, Tuesday, probably should be done with it. So Friday can come and then boom, just
You're
do it.
ready
Because
for it.
last year I didn't do it like that. I just didn't do it at all last year. Just did it the one I wanted to do,
Mhm.
and then that bite me in the ass by later in the year. And it was like, oh no, I should have done everything. So this year I'm just doing everything pretty much. So when it comes, if I
It's
want the car, I can get it. If not, then I can decide what to do.
Yeah, then it's not such a big grind, right?
Exactly. But I don't think the cars are going to be available on the mark either. I guess you will have to grind this time too,
Mhm.
and maybe
Yeah.
the next two seasons, so 3 and 4 or 5, whatever they season want to decide to do, maybe you can get into the community market pretty much.
Mhm. Do you Are there any Team Affinity cards from this season 1 here, that are still in your lineup right now?
Yes,
Yeah.
Joey Gallo, number one.
Yeah.
Don't care.
Yeah. I
Joey Gallo and Jordan Alvarez.
Same here. Same
Those
here.
two. I know people have done. There's also better cars with better defense out there. But that Joey Gallo, Jordan Alvarez, I just can't take him off. As of right now, I can. Probably I will when I get the collection done, but
Yeah.
right now I can do it.
I'm the
They ju-
same. I'm with you
they
too.
just they just too good.
Yeah, I got Gallo. I got Jordan Alvarez. He's amazing.
It
Always,
is
even when I don't have him in there because I'm trying out Otani or whoever I want to try out, I have him on the bench, and then I always bring him in as a pinch hitter, and he always comes through every single time. It's like he's
every single
amazing,
time.
amazing card. So
And the
that just
thing with
shows you they're 88 overalls, but those
yeah.
cards are still viable. You
Oh
know.
yeah, they definitely gonna be through the whole year as into the next game. They're going to be valuable because even if you don't use anymore, you're going to have events.
Hmm.
So if you have those cards, you got the events.
Yeah,
You're going to be good. Your team's gonna be good to go,
that's true.
pretty much.
Yep.
So and the pitcher wise, it was Sixto
Yeah.
Sanchez, pretty much
Yep.
one of the best ones. This guy Patrick
Corbin. Okay. Yeah.
Corbin too stand out for me right there so far. The IMA rotation, maybe Corbin will have to go if I get another lefty more.
Hmm.
But as of right now, he's still there. But those four cards right there definitely stand out for me.
Yeah. I
Like I
still
say,
have.
I haven't done. I should do. Sorry,
No, no, it's
I
fine.
haven't done the other cards yet. The
Right.
National League one, the two divisions I had left. But as of right now, those guys right there just great for me.
Yeah, I have 3 of those 4 that you mentioned, that I use, and then
Yeah,
my 4th guy is, Jesus, Luzardo from the A just because I'm
this
an
was-
A's guy, and he's okay,
yeah.
I mean, he's alright. I think soon he's gonna be gone, but it's just for a lack of somebody better right now in my rotation that he's still like he's my 5th starter right now, so
He made me lose again. He ain't gonna see my bullpen anywhere. And never again. He's never gonna. He just screwed my perfect record. He ain't gonna see mine.
Oh,
I'm now
man.
eh, I'm now 18-3 because of him. He ain't gonna see my. He ain't gonna
Oh,
see my
man.
thing.
You put him back
Forget
to
about it.
double A,
Nah.
single A?
Oh, he's gone. He's gone back again. He's home right now. He ain't gonna see
Dang.
ever again the light of the tournament
Oh,
with me. I can tell you that right now. Not even in
oh.
events.
Man, so that
Yeah, I
just
know.
for those of you watching, that just shows you don't cross Poppy. That's it.
No, don't cross me, man.
He'll send you on a bus back to Laredo, Texas, or something.
I like my pitches, but if you cross me one, like I say, I knew he was going to get lit before I even tried. Like I got about feeling, but I just had that. I just had him. Yeah, I didn't have the stores in that moment to go and buy another pitcher or just
Mhm.
grind for another pitcher. I was like, I know I'm going to get lit. Oh yeah, I got lit.
Yeah,
Like,
I
oh well,
I hate that, man. You know who that is for me? That's Matt Barnes, man, the closer, Matt Barnes,
you
88.
using him?
I think he's 88 overall. I used him once, and it was a 1-1 game, bottom of the ninth, and he hit a three. Whoever I faced hit a 3-run jack off of him. First pitch.
I
First
mean, I'm a
pitch.
I'm a Boston fan too, but I don't have my bands on my bench, like my bullpen right there because I was watching the game on Sunday.
Hmm.
It was LA versus Boston. And my band was in the mound. It was 9 innings, 2 hours. My trial hit a blooper to the right field, and Otani came out the next about the next fastball right down the middle. Boom.
Oh man.
The game was 6-5. I was like, "Are you serious right now?"
Have you
It
seen
was
what
only
Otani can do?
one out. You only have one job to get one more out to finish the game. That's it. And the
R-
game was over. Now 6-5, and they lost the game. Of course they do.
Right, right, right. Oh
So
man.
no, I was like, nah, man. It was like pretty much MLB the show type of thing happens.
Right.
You know,
The
when you
RNG
you
took
see
over.
something, yeah, something funny in the ninth inning happens, a blooper, a very late swing, and then you see, yeah, the 2-run shot is coming. Just bring it to me. It don't matter what you're gonna throw, it's gonna come.
Here we
It's gonna,
go.
yeah, here we go. It was just like that.
That's rough. That's rough.
It was rough. But yeah, I'm definitely excited for the thing I finished too.
Me
Like
too.
I say, I'm liking the grind. The only thing I would just maybe suggest, maybe they do it, maybe not, is to put the program instead of 650,000 XP, maybe a little, a little more. Like it was point back then, but maybe that 900 points or 900,000 XP. I know it sounds like wow, 900,000 XP, but when you play the game and they bring content out, you're gonna have so many XP, and you're definitely gonna do it.
Yeah.
Maybe it would be a nice idea. Maybe no. We're gonna see. We still got like 2 weeks to go into the next process anyway.
I agree with you because I feel like there's a lot of ways to get XP now. A lot of different ways.
Yeah, just
Exchanges, moments, missions, all kinds of stuff. How you can get XP just by playing. I mean, oftentimes I get XP. I'm playing something completely different. I'm not trying to get XP, but you get it for everything. So it's
yeah,
like
you get it for everything.
I totally agree. I mean, granted, you probably play more than the average player. I play probably more than the average player too. But I feel like for those of us who are playing quite a bit, like being done with the whole season or the whole the after a week is kind of lame, right? You want to have
Yeah,
something
it
else
is. It
to
is.
play
It's
for.
like I say, I'm down now. Yesterday, or no, today was down with the program. So now, if I play, I just don't play for nothing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I just play either run season or events or just playing for something else.
Right.
So that's pretty much the thing. Like it gets boring. So you just gotta find the motivation again to
Yeah.
go and play the game and see how it
Right.
is for the next 2 weeks again. Because if I got something else to do on the XP path or whatever you want to call it, then yeah, I'm definitely going in. But
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. I agree. All right. Well, on that note, I guess that concludes another
yeah, that
successful
was it, man.
episode. An
That was
hour
great.
of baseball talk. We didn't get into too much like the cards itself and stuff like that, but it's been a kind of a not that much content, right? As far as
No, it wasn't. It wasn't this week. Tomorrow, maybe like tomorrow, they're gonna bring something on
Mhm.
there. But we can definitely talk about it this week, and we hopefully for the people who watch us, we or want to have guests on the show. Sometimes just come like they don't have any time, or the schedule just don't fit with our schedule. So and sometimes a little difficult to have guests on the show. It's just not that easy sometimes.
Mhm. Yeah,
But
especially right
we
now.
definitely. Yeah, exactly. But we're definitely trying to like, every week trying to have somebody on the show
Yep.
different with some type of different story and something like that. But we're working on it.
Yeah, we're definitely working on it. So far, it's been pretty good. Every other week we've
Yeah.
had a guest, and then when
Yeah,
we don't,
exactly.
it's just us. And I have a ton of fun talking to you.
Definitely, man. Me too.
You
Me
know,
too, for
and
sure.
and so maybe next week we'll have a guest. Little teaser, wink, wink. But make sure to subscribe to this channel if you guys want to
Yeah.
see the next episode next week. Join our Discord as well. That link's gonna be down below. You can follow us on Twitter. It's all there. And hope to see you guys next week. Thanks for watching,
All
guys.
right. See you next week, guys. Ciao.